My name is Linda Obasi, and I'm an actor and a filmmaker. I studied film. My undergraduate degree is in film production at Cornell University, and I got my master's in acting and MFA from DePaul University. So I'm a storyteller. The traditional practice of it, that they have these rules that dictate what you can and cannot do with an Osu person, and the rules are pretty strict. The rules are that if you interact with somebody Osu, you become Osu. If you do business with somebody Osu, you become Osu. You enter the home of an Osu person, you become Osu. Well, if you want to take those ancient practices and bring them into today, and you want to use that word against other human beings, then you should really follow the rules. And if you really follow the rules, you'll look at your life and you'll see that your barber might be Osu, your banker, maybe even the political leader for your region. If you really want to follow those rules, then technically that means you are Osu now, because of all the Osu people you've interacted with. So technically, I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't use that inhuman word against other people and make this division and separate yourself and say that you're freeborn, when according to the rules of this system that you're calling on, according to those rules, you're contaminated. You are Osu by interacting with and touching them. So it's either you accept that everybody is Osu now, or just acknowledge that everybody is freeborn. You can't pick and choose. Take the whole tradition or throw it out, because it's inhumane. It's a human rights violation. I think the right thing to do for the corporations is to get behind this show. Silent Prejudice has been on air for 20 episodes, 20 weeks. It's a very powerful serial, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Very powerful. But I haven't seen sponsorship from the corporations of the Southeast. We can take examples, international examples like Netflix. When the Black Lives Matter movement started, Netflix created a, I don't know what it's called, it has to do with banks and black families, and Netflix got behind it. So this is the right thing to do for large corporations, for this show that is making a change in the way people think, that's changing people's minds, changing people's lives. Silent Prejudice is not just empty entertainment. It's not there to just entertain you. It's there to challenge you, to grow, to inspire you, and to change your mind if it needs to be changed. So it needs support. These things cannot be done on no budget. It does need support. So I think it's wrong for the corporations to stay silent. If they hear of the show, they know of the show, they should support the show openly and through sponsorship. The National Human Rights Commission really needs to be recognized for the work that they're doing with POHI about this issue. I believe that there's a saying where to be silent is to be complicit. And there are a lot of organizations like the Human Rights Commission that have mandates that are supposed to protect human rights and not allow these violations. But this is one of the only organizations that's actually getting involved with POHI. So I think they should be recognized for that and congratulated for that. There are also laws against calling people Osu or discriminating against people based on that word. And it's a law on paper, but it's apparently people are still acting on this, calling people this, discriminating against people for this word, but there's no repercussions for it. It would be good if that law would be more enforced, more strictly, so that there are ramifications, there are repercussions for discriminating against someone. Like in the US, in New York, if the word nigger is not supposed to be used, depending on who uses the word and at what time, it can have a huge effect. It's against the law to discriminate against people based on gender, race, nationality, all of that. So when somebody is called a nigger by somebody who is recognizable or who has any like level of status in their workforce, there are repercussions. People lose their jobs, people lose contracts, people lose endorsements. There are actions taken against people who discriminate against others there. So it would be nice to see that in Nigeria as well. That the laws on paper are not only on paper, that they're actually enforced. Silent Prejudice airs every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on AIT. It's not just entertainment. This is a very important TV series that changes people's minds, that challenges people to grow, and it should be supported. So you shouldn't miss it. The stories are powerful, they're moving. So it's not just preaching the message to you. You see how it actually affects people's lives. So you shouldn't miss this show. It's every Wednesday, 9 p.m. on AIT.
To support this fight and be part of this advocacy, visit our website www.pohai.org.ng and www.nhrc.gov.ng. You can also follow us on our social media handles. POHI and NHRC, beautifying humanity.